Thank you.
There's two of these questions on the that question.
Let me
It's
turn
live,
it
it's
up.
live now, right?
Uh,
Two.
yep, it's on here too.
Question again.
Okay, do you feel that a lot of the violence in Chicago is due to the fact that the government came in and dismantled all, like, or has tried to dismantle like the street clubs with all these, like, the Latin Kings, when they lock up all the leaders, then you have all these younger generations who parents were probably involved in the organized gangs where there's no rules and stuff, so they're all just going.
When you look at any situation, um, even a doctor looks at medical history and look at causes and effect. You know what I'm saying? In many cases, the colonized community, oppressed community, you are forced to resort to reactionary responses, reactionary assessments. In other words, so these individuals just jumping up, they just fighting, that's natural to them. Their grades are not up to par, just the way it is. Don't investigate. Don't do a critical analysis. She's talking about Chicago, in particular, is like many other places, but being the third largest major city, it's a microcosm of the country, the United States. And one of America's policies, is to create chaos and then restore order. One of America, this is the case whether it be in Iraq or in Afghanistan, Africa, so to create chaos and restore order. You can look at the infamous situation what they refer to as the Woodlawn experiment in 1960s in Chicago. It can be correlated to what was done in Rwanda. Many people just say, well, the Hutus and Tutsis just simply fighting amongst each other, negating such ruling class entities such as the Belgian, the French, and other prime players, how they exploited, in class differences between one people and made them antagonistic contradictions. The Woodlawn experiment in the 60s was an area that was like a local Tulsa, Oklahoma, thriving black community. And you had such major entities as the Ford Foundation, Rockefeller Foundation, University of Chicago, Sears and Roebuck, where they had simultaneously funded money to various fiscal agents, imposing the youth programs to go out to reach street organizations, how these fiscal agents got the resources, and then simultaneously Chicago Police Department and other entities they would do drive-bys on such organizations, the Stones, Blackstone Rangers, they were just like Devil Disciples, and created antagonistic contradictions where the property value went down, and then some of these same ruling class entities such as the University of Chicago maintain that property. Fast forward to the day, to the Chicago, you can go back and look at there's no acknowledgement of the role that the cartel's presence, who's on the payroll for the government on a national, international level. El Chapo, this was his. Chicago was the main thoroughfare. They called it was the 290 Express, what they referred to as the heroin highway, and the whole dynamic of who you fed this Santa Claus story, like some man coming through a chimney that El Chapo was just mysteriously, escaping out of jail all the time, you know what I'm saying? As opposed to making a connection to Sinaloa cartel, to the government, so on and so forth. Even going farther, tied to the role that such policies as NAFTA, under the 10-year North American Free Trade Agreement from U.S. President Bill Clinton, the trickle-down impact of that. And and I said when it's expressed, when it's coming out in the community, people say, well, these gangs is fighting. Then also the systematic time of locking up various leadership, of individuals in the community. You can look at National Geographic, and they can show you how elephants going through they call musk period. They just, this is natural. It's not that bad elephants. They just go through like a puberty state. They bump into each other. And then just with the presence of certain male elephants, bulls, head of just their presence, you see things get back in structured order. Any community, you dismantle a household, you dismantle certain figures out of the music industry, you take out certain forces, you know what I'm saying? You dismantle it. It's a war tactic.
Wow, that's unbelievable. So by locking up all these leaders and stuff, they're keeping the black and brown communities
That's a major,
Right.
locking up certain individuals, and again, it should not be a separate conversation from, you know what I'm saying, locking up certain individuals and rewarding and bringing out, you know, those, certain individuals who go along with the narrative, with the agenda, you know, so they bring out, like something to the music industry, not only getting rid of certain people, you know, saying that have a progressive or authentic message, simultaneously bringing in those who are the detrimental message. So it's not just that of taking away, it's, you know, it's, a lot of times people have a discussion about the community, like negating. If there's a war, there's a counterinsurgency. You know what I'm saying? So you have such reactionary responses is, well, if we just stick together, we'll be all right. If we just save our money, we'll be all right. Negating a war that's being waged on people. You know what I'm saying? And that's important and key to keep not that you engage in that you become defeatism. Like, well, damn, all we, but they acknowledge that. Say, no, it's not just a question of certain individuals being taken. They are, so you're deprived of water, and they're bringing in toxic water.
Did you have hope for that when Obama was elected that he would be able to make a lot of changes, or were you not so optimistic? Like,
I grew up in the city of Chicago, where you know, I grew up in a time, you know, with a city which is known for the infamous dating machine, and you know, I say that, you know, like the present generation, they see different people, mayors, also. I grew up in a time when a lot of people thought, you know, like the term mayor was synonymous with daily. That's just what it is, you know what I'm saying? And that, and so also inclusive with that is the electoral machine, how it works, you know what I'm saying? People have to make their bones away. So when discussion came about on the world stage about Obama, you hadn't seen him go through being an alderman or nothing. There was none of this, and all of a sudden it's popped. So you have to logically say, what's going on? In fact, at the time I was a political prisoner. No, I was out when they first bring him out. I was when he ran for Senate. I was on the street, and I recall then, you know what I'm saying. In fact, it was a Republican named Keyes, Alan Keyes, that running against him. And Keyes at least said, right, you know, so he came to Green Projects, and he said he would, you know, do reparations. There was no connect with Obama, with the black community. Now, it was later on, I was locked up in prison. I heard people say, oh, you know, I said, well, it was like a Manchurian candidate. Where did he come from, you know? But again, I was, you can say I was a skeptic or whatever. In fact, our position was, be careful how we address it, because a lot of people were like on drugs. Like, in fact, we said our position was Obama was the coldest drug that America had dropped on blacks since crack. It was like people didn't engage in logical debate. It was like it's like someone trying to explain to a person with a spike in their arm that narcotic is bad for them. There's no logic. You know what I'm saying? That's how people they had the whole glossy eyes. It's like it was a high.
for Obama.
Yes.
And then when he got in office, that's when I could see that there's so much racism, because he couldn't get anything passed if he tried, like he couldn't.
Yeah, but it was like a connect, you know what I'm saying? And you know, the deal is, you know, since I had a discussion before about, you know, that individuals who are raised up to speak to the community, are they actually connected to that community? You know what I'm saying? And we just, a lot of people see that as the case.
Do you think things are getting better or worse for the black and brown community?
So it's tug and pull. It's they're not absolute. You can't. Oh, well, first of all, let me say that. No doubt about it. Being oppressed is it's a constant. It's constant, continuously. I mean, there are moves, progressive moves that happen, but you got to be real careful. You make an assessment. Malcolm X has said, if you're in the back of a plane and someone else is on the front of the plane, and the plane increases in altitude, you don't brag about the fact that the plane is increasing altitude. You still keeping the context where you at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so the reality is, with the various forms of technology advances, and certain individuals may get certain benefits, so on and so forth. But in context and contrast, you're still dealing with questions and contradictions such as political prisoner, police terrorism, inadequate health care. You know what I'm saying? So our people in general, is still communized.
You know, I read about when you got locked up after the Rodney King. You were locked up because you were accused of committing arson, but your fingerprints weren't on anything. How do you as like you're sitting in jail like going, this is not me, like how do you,
The system.
like how did that happen?
This wasn't my first rodeo.
Uh-huh.
So I wasn't shocked when the horse bucked. That was my first rodeo. So I've been in situations with police stations where they blatantly said, try to force individuals to say that's Fred Hampton, say he done this, literally. So I got pretty much a education on who I am and what comes with that. This case, which the state made it very clear that it's a crime for not only being the son of Chairman Fred Hampton and Cool and Jerry, but continue to fight for the liberation of my people. And our job was to heighten that. In fact, I remember an individual stepped into the courtroom before me. His bond of I think $25,000, and he had a true murder, and my bond they give me, it was like $1 million, and the police said, wow. The arresting officers, they were like, damn. And through the duration of the quote-unquote trial, which really was a legal lynching, that's why I say quote-unquote trial, the state made it very clear, you know what I'm saying, with this questions, but yeah, it's statements. Aren't you Chairman Fred Hampton? Nothing about the latest case. Even like some people even questioned if it even happened. He was like, well, man, how did the store open back up for business that day? But during the duration of the trial, again, the legal lynching, and so you started getting the place and who was involved, who they brought in, the prosecutor, her history, Mary Lacey, known for prosecuting all outside the city of Chicago, the judge, Michael P. Toomey, this is the most politically connected to this day. You go look at the major case in the city of Chicago and say, this is they filmed the movie The Fugitive in his courtroom. So you say, what? How is this judge? Why is he appointed to this case? So these are different. I said, whoa, this is something. There's an agenda here. And various assassination attempts that was made on my life when I was locked up. Yes, yeah, literally.
In the jail.
In the prisons, yes. I was on this infamous circuit, transferred to every concentration camp. You know what I'm saying? In the state of Illinois, cases where in Stateville prison, we call it Deathville. Guard in August 1998, a guard named Voight shot me through the gun tower. A Mexicano prisoner had to push me out the way and got the buckshots in his collarbone. You had the situations in Menard where they would take mentally ill prisoners, try to put them in a cell with them, they would try to kill themselves, and I would get the case. There was in 1994, Big Muddy River, we call it Big Bloody River, where they tried to give me what we refer to as a Harold Washington trade. In acknowledgement of Harold Washington, the first black man in Chicago who quote unquote died, who opposition is, he was assassinated. They bring these suspect trades to you. So it was a constant dynamic, you know what I'm saying? I was spiritual out of the county.
I'm sorry.
You weren't involved with you, was you?
No, no, but I just can't believe that. Like,
Yeah.
do you what? But I like by what I see what like you do, and then also like what Tanya does.
Mm-hmm.
Tanya Lozano.
Mm-hmm.
I think both of you could change Chicago.
I wouldn't put that. I wouldn't say an individual, because the deal is you need to put it in context. There's a machine, there's a politic. You know what I'm saying? And Chicago's a microcosm of this country, and the world, but of this country in particular. The people, you know what I'm saying? And we commend, we need representatives, you know, to articulate some of the people. But the deal is, people get involved in struggle, get engaged in change, you know, so one of three ways. Inspiration, aspiration, or desperation. That's not to say that, you know what I'm saying, like even, some of the moves that we've been doing, like, in fact, on, party cause they have to say they have to announce Healthy Hood and others have come through the annual Chamber for Streets Party, International Revolutionary Day of December the 4th. And just some, and we big, Black Panther Party cause we pride ourselves on the Present Day Rainbow Coalition. However, again, you can never negate the overall people because we must distinguish a war from a revolution. War is two occupying armies where you suit up and you boot up and you get out and you get out. But the revolution, we only can go as far as the people can go. You know, go and engage the mass participation of the masses of the people. So that's imperative with struggle.
I think that you can, after seeing them, learning more about your father, you, and everything going on, he used to say you can kill the revolutionary.
You can kill the revolutionary, you can't kill the revolution.
Yeah, you can kill the revolutionary, but you can't kill the revolution.
Correct.
And do you take new membership into into the Black Panther?
Yeah, some people think I go through battle fatigue. Sometimes we've been, you get the wears and tears on you. You know what I'm saying? Just either with people call, how can we get involved? We have the political education process you have to go through, and a lot of times people say, well, how many members do you have? I say, well, sometimes it depends. Excuse me, most times it depends. How many people the police have murdered? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause a lot of people get involved in struggle when you know what I'm saying, through desperate situations. You know what I'm saying? But the deal is we have to be consistent along the line.
And do you have a new class coming through now, or?
Yeah, a political education class is here. In fact, a major apparatus we use for political education class is Freedom on Radio. We do that every Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
6:30 Central. Yeah, people say, that's hosted by myself and the Lady of Rage. You know what I'm saying? We also turn the communities to the classroom, but that's how we do political education class. Yeah.
And you're starting a swim team, right?
That
You're starting a pool, right?
you have